Wanted to get that cool Zippo shot in this one. So anyways, back about 30 seconds after the last one. Yeah, so I think I just want to kind of make this one here to fully expand on my video game journey. This is something I've told my wife 100 times. I just really enjoy talking about. I think everybody has their own journey with video games, but anyways, so yeah, as I mentioned, kind of the last one to recap a little bit. First console ever played, Super Nintendo. First game, Super Castlevania 4. Castlevania. There's a few different games in the series that I really, really like. I think they're all good or great to a certain extent. I mean, there's some shitters in there, but whatever. Point is, though, is it was great. First thing I ever played. Right, then got into Mario and all this other shit that, whatever, right on there. Some other games that really stuck with me on there was the Breath of Fire 1 and 2. And Joe and Mac. I mean, a lot of these games we're playing is a good co-op ones. Because at the time, Dad was playing video games with me a lot. Which I mentioned in another video. My parents had me at an old age. Dad was, the time that I was playing with this shit, he's in like his mid-40s. In his mid-40s, in like the early 2000s. The fact that he's playing video games is actually kind of wild, I feel like. Quick side note about that. I'll talk about it here in a minute. Yeah, we'll get to it. But anyways, though, you get all these games and stuff like that. Chrono Trigger. I mean, love that shit. Super Mario. RPG, Legend of Seven Stars. I love that shit. Turtles in Time. Sunset Riders. I still go back and listen to the soundtrack of that all the fucking time. Sorry, dog's going a little bit. This coyote's howling earlier. But anyways, then got PlayStation 1. Bought it from the old guy at the flea market. Sold all types of video game stuff. And I remember we got Breath of Fire 3 and 4. Love those as well. And Final Fantasy 7. Borrowed 8 and 9 from a dad's buddy. He's a little bit younger than Dad. He's probably like early 40s at that time. I'm just guessing. But the fact that he played video games too is wild. He also had WWF Attitude, which he ended up giving to me and shit. First game with like a creative character that you could fuck around with and stuff is great. But I didn't necessarily play. Super Nintendo F-Zero and Super Mario Kart, and also the Mario All Stars with all that shit. Played that a lot. Yoshi's Island, holy fuck! I just went through that last year. Got on the Switch thing where they do whatever on there, but where you can get the old games and stuff. Some of them. But then got the PS1. Like I say, he's playing some of those games and stuff. And I keep getting ahead of myself. Anyways, played some of those. It wasn't too long after the PS1 though. Also had a game called Kadelka. I believe is how you pronounce it. It was weird. I never did. I attempted to play it later on. It's still kind of weird to me. It's like a turn-based RPG, but like more like chess, tactical RPG. But before it was kind of like solidified. I need to go back and play it though, because it's. I rewatched or I watched a YouTube video was talking about like cool golf games or some shit, and like I need to play that shit. Which, anyways, trying to think. Has anything else played a decent amount? Well, it's with got the GameCube next, and also I'd go stay with. She wasn't blood related, but called her Nanny. She lived next door to my parents in town, and took care of me, raised me like a grandma would, But anyways, took the PS1 to her house, and I'd play that there a lot. after I got the GameCube. I used to take the older system over there, and she had like one of those old wooden TVs, wooden box around the TV. I still want to get one of those for these old games and stuff like that for like my setup. I still haven't finished up my setup. Once I've got it clean, because I used it as my workroom for my last job that I mentioned in that first video where I talked for fucking 45 minutes about leaving your job and shit. It's call center, work from home, and God bless, the place got dirty. I mean, if you're just in there sitting, fucking sock fuzz on white carpet. White carpet's awful. I didn't put it in. We're gonna change it at some point, but smoking in there. I need to wipe the walls off. I mean, you know, it got dirty. So at some point, I'd like to do a tour of it. I mean, it's not like some crazy YouTuber collection of shit, but I feel like I got a decent amount of retro games and stuff in there. Kind of go through those. I'm going through, getting them organized, getting my room cleaned up there, because I want to make it again like the retro game room. I've also got some other shit I'm into up there. Wife moved all of our Beyblades over to that room and stuff. They just kind of taking up space in another one and stuff. All my TCG shit, PC, all that shit. But anyways, I'd like to get one of those in there at some point for the retro games to be able to play, get it set up good. But anyways, so then GameCube, obviously Mario Kart, Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, and of course I played. That's whenever I really started getting into like wrestling. Started playing a lot of the wrestling games. WrestleMania 18, 19, Day Reckoning 2 was actually the first wrestling game I ever played, and bought it at Walmart. I still remember the action to this day. I won't get into it because it'd be a huge long tangent, but I got it for my birthday by somebody that don't fuck with. They're dead now, but whatever. Anyways, so got that, played the shit out of that. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. This is where I'm starting to get into more, I guess, the normie games, because I didn't really have a lot of games that other people were playing, but sometimes these games were, you know, they had them on the different consoles and stuff. Also, this is when I really started fucking with them on Blockbuster. First video game I think I ever rented from Blockbuster was a Digimon game. I can't remember what the fuck it was, but it was on PS1. Mom used to work at a place close to it, so I actually just got to walk there. Anyways, though, cause I go to work with her sometimes. Anyways, after that, started being able to rent games and stuff a lot, and some of these games I rented so much that I eventually got them for Christmas or birthday or whatever it was. Crash Bandicoot, Wrath of Cortex, got it, and then got not Full Metal Alchemist, Freestyle Metal X. I played the shit out of that game. I always played as the ninja guy on there. That is what made me fall in love with dirt bikes. Anyways, eventually got a Honda 50 dirt bike as a kid. Didn't have a clutch on it. It was 3-speed. Rode the fuck out of it. And then eventually, parents sold it. Like I said, they bought it used for me and stuff. And then they eventually got me a Yamaha TTR 125 again for my birthday. And still have that to this day. Only thing I ever had to do to it other than tape up the shock covers, I painted the fender shittily, which I kind of regret at this point, but had the carburetor cleaned out one time, and was not bad. Still runs. I mean, I ran it the other day. I mean, it's sad to say, but it's probably only had about 4 to 5 oil changes in its life. I don't drive it a whole lot though. I need to get out and drive it one good time. I've been really wanting to go up on the mountain with it before it gets too bad cold. It's getting that weather. Again, a lot of these things are taking up a lot of my time. I've got my list out here. Let me let me go ahead and write that down. That's one of the things that I want to do. I've got my to-do list. Um, I'm going to write that down for next week. I really want to go riding up on the mountain on my dirt bike. And I've got a side tangent on that. Fuck, I get on these too much, but I got a four-wheeler as well. That was the first big purchase after down payment on house and moving in where we live at now. It's a 2021 Kawasaki Brute Force 300. It and the Honda 250, I think it's the Recon, was the same price, but I went with the Kawasaki. One, it had a pull start, so I like buying batteries. Battery shit on it, which I had to replace the pull cord on it about 2 weeks ago. Finally pull started too much and run it out. Which I had another four wheeler before, but it's just kind of junker. Really used it for like one season, then it's set for fucking forever. Me and my wife actually rebuilt the engine on it. She put the fucking piston rings on and shit. She's awesome. And it started up and ran. However, during the process of putting the top end on the bottom end, ripped the gasket. Therefore, it didn't seal up good. Just never fucked with it after that. It didn't have any brakes. I mean, I was like, you had to buy a battery for it. I was like, so, anyways, bought the Kawasaki. Bought it brand fucking new. Pizza delivery money, guys. If anybody's listening and you need to make bands, I don't know about this economy, but the previous economy, it was great. Best paying job I've ever fucking had by far. And I've had a couple of others since then. One people around here would say is a quote unquote good job, but they tax you to death. And you have to pay into so many different retirements and you have to take their fucking insurance. It sucks. And because on paper, pizza delivery don't look like you make shit, but in tips and if you got a rice burner, I was driving Suzuki Samurai there for a while, and whenever gas prices were down, and by the way, I lived like 20 minutes out of town, so to and from work, driving around all fucking night, it was like $7-ish in gas every fucking day. I go fill it up, have enough to buy me a pack of cigarettes because I hadn't figured out the rolling method yet, too good. But this story is going to be so fucking long talking about cigarettes. We're going to go roll one more. And because I don't know how to edit, I will be back. Okay, it's back in my goofy ass coveralls with another cigarette. But yeah, so four wheeler, carbs done gummed up on it, and fucking with a four wheeler carburetor is the worst I've ever done. I've taken apart, cleaned out the carburetor on the Samurai before. It was easier than this. I mean, I've never done like a full size like carburetor or anything like that. But just four wheelers, there's just so much shit in the way. I can fuck with chainsaws, weeds, lawnmowers, shit like that all fucking day long. Four wheelers, it's a pain. I've got it off right now. I've got it clean, pilot jet cleaned out because most likely what it is. Also, the idle screw had a bunch of gum on it on the inside, but anyways, what it is too is it's one of those four wheelers that's automatic, so you got like a high and a low, neutral, reverse. And I turned up the idle screw on it before I cleaned it out, and it ran a lot better about not dying just whenever you're chilling. Because it would run, but I mean, you just had to keep throwing gas to it. Problem is, though, is you turn it up too much, then you shift it into gear, then you get that big clunk, you know what I'm saying? So, uh, one of these days, whenever we get another full wheeler, I'm going to get a foot shift. Uh, Probably not the clutch. Just because I like one with where you can pull some shit and do some work with it. But it's gonna be foot shift and fuel injected. I ain't fucking around anymore. But anyways, so I'm gonna try to sell that after I've got the car back on it, which I was gonna do tonight, but I forgot to charge my spotlight because it's up there in the barn. I can't see shit. But anyways, back to the next thing, or back to what I was talking about, freestyle middle X. That was also some. Again, I hate to keep talking about him, but my dad, I kind of grew up listening to rock and some metal, like White Zombie, Marilyn Manson. For some reason, I like White Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Tool, and shit like that. You know, Black Sabbath, whatever, and stuff as well. Not your oldies, fucking 60s shit and stuff. Uh, but aside from that, Freestyle Metal X had an awesome soundtrack on it. Remember, it had Motorhead, Megadeth, and Motley Crue on it. I thought that was the coolest shit ever. Made me fall in love with dirt bikes. It also turned me on to metal music. It's like, man, this is the coolest shit. It's what real motherfuckers listen to. So, Dad always listened to rock or stuff like that. I need to check some of the battery I've got. Hell, I can't tell. Shuts off, whatever. We'll continue in another part, but some point. But anyways, so that game really inspired me a lot. Played that, and then eventually after that, got, and also the GameCube section in GameStop was so fucking small compared to all the other ones. I remember GameStop used to be hopping. I still go in there now because if you're still a member there, you get $5 free every month. So it's like the cheapest place to buy Beyblades because they usually got a pretty decent stock of the new shit in there. I noticed today at Walmart whenever we went there, they're finally getting some of the new Beyblades in. GameStop's had this shit. Like every time they launch shit, they're pretty good about getting it in. So basically, you can get you Beyblade for $5 for the starter pack thing, or was it like $250 for the booster instead of the full $7 or $10 at fucking Walmart, you know, whatever. So anyway, still go to GameStop. It's always a fucking ghost town. If there's anybody in there, it's always a boomer to older Gen Xer that's like hassling these motherfuckers. It's like chill, you know. I would love to work at GameStop if the clientele was what you think that it would be. But nowadays, the clientele just kind of sucks. But anyways, so, and I'm not talking about handhelds or anything right now, all consoles. So, then I got a Wii, and the Wii fucking sucks. I know some people like it now, and they look at it with nostalgia, but the Wii was the thing that everybody fucking had. Whether if you were a normie and didn't fuck with video games, because video games still kind of for weirdos a little bit at the point. I never did like it. I don't like that shit. I just want to play a game. That's why I like consoles. You know, I'm sitting out here on a fucking 5-gallon bucket with the iPad on a fucking steel chair, slumped over. Sit up better. But anyways, I don't like. That's one thing about PC. I've got to get a better setup because I hate the slouching over shit that I do. I mean, my PC gaming chair is what I got originally free out of a trailer that they were going to tear down that my mom was helping her buddy like clean out. I mean, it's old. The foam is coming out of it, and it's old enough that it's got like the wood paneling, like armrests and stuff. That's what I worked in for like 2 years on them fucking phones. That's been my PC gaming chair. But before that, I throw it in the back of my truck because it's better than like one of them fishing lawn chair things with your beer holder there. So I throw that in the back of the truck and use that for fucking fishing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, but eventually, Started using that as the game chair. And anywho, that's why I still like consoles. I mean, I know if they're going away, I got to get a better PC setup. PC is better, yada yada yada. But point is, I don't want to do all this shit. I mean, I did play some cool games on there. Super Mario Galaxy obviously is goated. Everybody loves that shit. By the way, Paper Mario on Thousand Year Door, amazing. So around this time as well, I went back and got a 64. First two games I ever got for it was Super Mario 64 and WCW versus NWO Revenge. Played the shit out of them. Eventually collected some other ones. Actually got Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. This was way after they should have been having these, but they had it at Walmart in like a fucking bin for cheap. New, sealed in the box, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 on Nintendo 64. So I picked that shit up. My little kid money. I mean, it's like just a few bucks, whatever. And but yeah, I played that. Trying to think of some other ones I played. I mean, mostly it was for like the wrestling games. Got all the ECW shit, WWF shit on there, and that's about it. But anyways, though, my only really cool story with the Wii, other than Super Mario Galaxy, was probably I forgot what they called it. I want to say like Super Paper Mario. It was the one on Wii. Anyways, I remember me and my dad went to Walmart late at night because obviously it's still 24 hours at the time. I didn't have school or anything like that. The game had dropped and we went there and got it and then started playing it that night. Super cool experience. The game was nowhere near as good as Thousand Year Door. Honestly, I don't even know if I liked the game. If I went back and played it, I'd probably be like, it's a breath of fresh air compared to what's coming out now and shit. But a lot of good memories, a lot of nostalgia based on that. Then got a PS2. The way that I got this is fucking wild. I got a cat. First cat I've ever had in my life. Named it Edge after the wrestler. Okay? And the motherfucker was wild. Like his bobtail is cute as hell. But all it would do is attack you. It would just see you, then grab your ankle, and then just do that back kicking motion with the back legs and just cut you up. I remember going through so much alcohol because even to this day, some of my buddies don't know like how I can just put alcohol on all my cuts and stuff like that. And I trained myself up good. I mean, we had this motherfucking cat. And all I'd do is like try to kill your ass. So I would do that, and it got used to it. One time, I sliced my belly open like a motherfucker, and so obviously, parents hated the cat. I was weighing in on the cat, but I kept thinking in my little kid brain, it's like, man, I'm gonna be able to do something about this dude, you know? Which I love fucking cats, like so much. Um, I watch every cat video. Um, I'll talk about it in another video. I'm still waiting on another puss to come and bless our life. Um, I want it to find us instead of us find it. Because every cat that I've had afterwards has been one that's like came to us. Don't currently have one. Uh, anyways, any cats out there watching this? Camille. But anywho, so they made a deal with me because they so fucking tired of this cat. You let us get rid of the cat, which gave it to a good home, supposedly somebody that they knew that was like decent, you know. But if you get rid of the cat, we'll buy you a PS2. Fuck yeah. Okay, so went to Walmart, got the fucking PS2, and that was whenever GameStop had this ginormous like square rack. PS2 games, $9.99 under. So I'd go there and raid that. Played the fuck out of everything. Metal Gear Solid 3. Love that shit. Obviously, the wrestling games. San Andreas was really good. Like, I wouldn't consider myself a GTA fan at this point, but Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was cool. I got 4 and I played the shit out of it, like online and stuff. Just go to the airport with the damn bazookas all the time. Talk about that in a minute. But I remember going to the release of GTA 5, and I didn't even finish the story. I don't know. I just didn't fuck with it. But everybody I know loves it, so I'm sure it's great. I'm just at that point I was getting into my retro phase, which I'll get into in a moment. Uh, but uh, got the PS2, Breath of Fire 5. It sucks. I need to go back and play it, see if it really does suck as bad as I thought. Uh, Final Fantasy VII Dirge of Cerberus. That was cool. Oh, fuck. I'm going to hop back to GameCube. Another huge turning point was Resident Evil 4. Started weird noise in the woods. That happens all the time. But love that game. Got 3, didn't appreciate it. Time went back and played it, loved it. Later got 2 during my retro phase. It's my favorite Resident Evil to this day. I fucking love 2. I've played it like a motherfucker. But obviously, PS2, that's whenever you can start getting like some of this other shit, and everybody's had PS2, everybody knows, right? So then, next thing we got was PS3. Okay, I won't tell the story just because I told my buddy there the other day. The first time I ever, fuck it, I'll say it just real quick. First time I ever played a PS3 was Dad had this buddy that lived in another town. We'd go visit every now and again, and he had a PS3. He also had Wi-Fi. First person I ever know that had that, and Windows 7 on a computer. Which I'll get into my PC gaming story in another video. Because I was playing like computer games. So it was mostly like, fuck, I can't remember a lot of it. I'll have to research some of these because it's been so long. I know it's Need for Speed and some of this other shit. And like Alice Madness Returns whenever I was a kid. Or American McGee's Alice. Had Madness Returns on PS3. Anyways, I was playing that shit as a little kid. It's wild. But it's cool though. Shit like that really makes you start liking a certain archetype of girls. But regardless, fucking Time Splitters, Future Perfect, fuck. Don't own a copy, rented it from Blockbuster a shitload though. Had that on GameCube. PS2, okay, talked about that. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. I should probably make a script. I'm going to be going through one of these life story things. You can tell I'm excited because I'm always tapping my feet when talking about this shit. But PS3, the biggest turning points whenever we got one. Played it, got a shitload of games, played a lot of them. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, got it, and not too long after, my parents finally got fucking Wi-Fi. Okay, I remember figuring out how to play online, connect up to the internet, create the online account stuff. I remember my dad being like kind of pissed, like I ain't gonna put. We got the 5% battery remaining, so I'll try to wrap this up. I remember being like, oh, I ain't gonna pay for that shit, am I? And it's like, no, it's all free. It's all free. It's on PS3. You know what I'm saying? Xbox motherfuckers, y'all had to pay for that shit. PS3 didn't. Which I know the 360, everybody loves that. I got that later, so I can't really recall that. But had the PS3, Modern Warfare 2. No Russian, still goated as fuck. Playing that online, I remember inviting my dad to play it online with me. And he's kind of warming up to it. And after a while, it got to where we was playing all the fucking time. I play a match, then he play a match, and the lobbies were crazy. Like, I loved hearing all that fucking profanity. I mean, everything was great back then. Everybody's, they started on Black Ops, which we eventually got Black Ops. Went to the midnight release for that, okay? Midnight release of Black Ops. I remember I was 100, because we went to White Castle, right there, close to GameStop. They was open 24 hours at the time. White Castle was. Ate there after we reserved our place in line. We were number 173. By the way, we are like, again, close to the middle of nowhere. There's a town that has the GameStop that's up a little bit. It's got more people in it, but it's still not huge. Like, uh, still not huge. So it's wild. And I was probably more towards the front. Got a moth flying around. And anyways, I remember it was wrapped around the fucking shopping center. There were so many people there. It was wild. People were doing burnouts as they was leaving. Like, shit was so hype. And played that shit. Loved that shit. Black Ops actually made me a couple normie friends at the time. Don't talk to them anymore or whatever. I haven't for years. But everybody's fucking with Black Ops, right? Because usually that's how shit goes. Something gets pretty fucking popular, like Modern Warfare 2, and then Black Ops, uh, like fucking blew up, right? The sequels usually do. Now, this wasn't the first game I ever pre-ordered. It was the third. So, the first game I ever pre-ordered was, I can't remember the full name of it, it was Jak and Daxter, something other on PSP. Okay. Second game I ever pre-ordered, and first launch party I ever went to, Fallout New Vegas. I remember going to that motherfucker, and there was like a dozen people there, tops. Like, honestly, it kind of blew my fucking mind as to how few people was there, as to how beloved the game is now. It's one of those ones, I guess maybe it hit later on a little bit, but I got to be there ground zero. Still one of the coolest moments as a gamer ever. And they actually done a drawing. Back then, the pre-orders and stuff, they do drawings and stuff. Of course, there's like hardly anybody there. And I won a drawing. I was the only little kid there, mind you, right? Because when did that game come out? Was it 2010? Was I 12? Yeah, I guess I was 12. Like, I shouldn't have been out that late, but whatever. My sleeping schedule's been fucked forever. I mean, it's probably like 2 in the morning right now. But anyways, uh, which honestly, I'm so thankful that my parents let me experience these things. I mean, would I let my daughter do this now? Would I take her to a fucking midnight launch party up at fucking GameStop? Fuck yeah, I would. They don't necessarily do that shit much anymore, though. But anyways, cool parenting, especially if you're like a weird kid, don't have a lot of homies and shit like that. This is kind of like your shit, you know? I mean, I done all the sports and shit in school, but that wasn't me. So, I never could really make normie friends, which I'll get into all this in another fucking video. Oh my god, I got so much shit to talk about. Anyways, sorry, I had a moment, but Fallout New Vegas, goat as fuck. Want to draw in for some free Fallout New Vegas themed coasters. I remember one of the guys, I don't know who the fuck he was, he's like, hell yeah, you put some Mountain Dew on that. And I'm like, fuck yeah. I love Mountain Dew. I love Fallout. I love video games, bro. Like, this is my shit. This is where I belong. Hell yeah. And they let me take off the next day of fucking school to play this. How fucking cool of parents to do that. You know? So anyways, New Vegas. I still go through it once every few years. Go to this goddamn fuck. And anyways, though, Black Ops, huge fucking launch. Again, the lobbies were wild. Everybody either had a penis or KKK in their fucking clan emblem fucking thing, or their clan tag or whatever. It's crazy times. But anyways, so yeah, just kind of rode out the PS3. I had a point in time where I stopped playing video games. This was after a few Call of Duties that came out, because that's kind of the only thing he's fucking with her. And it's just like, at this point, my dad still buys a new Call of Duty every fucking year. Has Modern Warfare 2 up. He's got it. At least one copy. It's crazy. Still plays it all the fucking time. Prestige Masters out like crazy. Like, do you not ever play anything else? He's went through Resident Evil 4. I think like once since starting this. Also Village and Darksiders 1 and 2. And I think a game on the Wii called Conduit. But anyway, so brings up to the point in time whenever I basically stopped playing video games. I got to where I just was tired because I was like, "Yeah, it's all Call of Duty. I don't give a fuck. It's all first person shooters." To me, that's whenever my love of video games started waning. Like a lot of the series I kind of grew up liking wasn't really making good shit at that point. Like I just didn't really care. PS4. Well, I'll tell you what. This let me go ahead and finish it out with the PlayStations here, and then I'll make another video at some point where I talk about getting back into retro games and touch a little bit more on what we talked about the other one because this one's getting long. I never got a PS4 till 3 years ago, and it was actually my dad's second-hand one that after he got a PS5 one or a PS5, uh, just gave it to me. I started to play Yakuza 0 whenever I was still living there in parents' house back then. I never did get to finish it because, like I say, Dad was retired at this point, so he's just playing shit all the time. I was into my retro games, so I just never really played much on there. Played that a little bit. I'm still trying to hunt it down. Also, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Fighters, however you say it. I'm talking about my TCG experience sometime. Dragon Ball Super is goated. Was goated, I guess. But anywho, though, the only thing the PS4 really done for me was being something that we can play YouTube on for the kid, you know, uh, until it fucking fucked up and never did fix it. So I've just been using tablet and got a Roku. Aside from that, my wife, whenever she was pregnant and first had her child, she played Final Fantasy 14. And which I loved watching her play that. I mean, it's fun. I just never had the time to. I was working a job, it's a construction job where I was just tired as fuck all the time. I'd wake up, head out before daylight, get back home. There for a long time, I was working literally daylight to fucking dark, and it was awful. And you don't even really get paid that much more. Overtime is bullshit. They tax you so much on it. So, anyways, I skipped over a fucking major thing though that I've got to mention. Switch. I talked about in another video, I never moved out of my parents' house till I was 21. I basically just fucking, I never even had a real job. Like, really. I basically moved out with my savings from birthdays, Christmas, and mowing yards. Because I mowed yards, and then also sweep leaves and shit like that for people. And I moved out at 21 and with no job, nothing figured out, renting a trailer. Oh my God, it cost so much to get everything set up. And basically, it took me a month of applying for jobs to finally get a job. Then I got the pizza delivery, and then but with my first ever, because I was freaked out, because I'm a weird motherfucker, and I'm way more sociable now than I ever was. And I'm so thankful for that. And, delivering pizzas really brought that out of me. But there's other things too, which I'll get into again in another fucking video. But my first ever paycheck I ever got from there, Walmart, 3 in the fucking morning, bought a fucking Switch. I bought one of those fucking cards where you can put your funds on and get a game. River City Girls, goddamn. Me and my wife played the fuck out of that. And I love how you can take the Switch controller and turn it into 2 players. It's fucking great. Then, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Love Castlevania. I'm going to make a whole nother separate video about how much I just fucking jerk off all over goddamn Castlevania. And shit was goated. Played some really good shit on there. Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE. Brother-in-law bought me for my birthday or Christmas. Hope he never sees this. Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, even though I already had a fucking copy, so I took it to GameStop, traded in, and bought that motherfucker. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, which I know is original on Wii U, but I didn't have that. That game was goated. If you like Persona shit, holy fuck. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Undertale's first place I ever played Undertale. Me and my wife went through so many fucking great games. just chain smoking fucking cigarettes. Uh, Late at fucking night after I got off from pizza delivery again, 2, 3 in the fucking morning. Uh, Watching anime, playing these fucking games. So when we first moved out, the first thing we watched, she got a box set of fucking Avatar: Last Airbender, and we watched that shit off the PS2 on a TV that had some sales out of it. Like, the shit was wild. Like, I'm gonna go through a big life story thing at some point too. But, anyways, though, so yeah, Switch is great. Still play it. I mean, I just played as it's been probably about almost a year ago. Went through the new Dragon Quest. It was great. Um, yeah. Trying to think. I mean, I got my wad of games up there and stuff like that. I mean, of course, Persona 5, shit like that, whatever. Um, but yeah, so I got that before I got the PS4. Anyways, uh, I'm always late to everything. If a game comes out, I play it like 5 years later, like after the hype's done died and stuff like that. I just, I don't know. That's usually just how I do shit. I've got a huge backlog of things. I mean, I've got still wrapped up the new Shin Megami Tensei, our newest one. Still ain't unwrapped the motherfucker. So we're going through Zenless Zone Zero forever. But anyways, PS4, going back to it, was again YouTube videos for the kid, and also for us. I mean, we watch shit too. Her playing Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, one last thing I want to mention about the fucking Switch, Pokemon. I know a lot of motherfuckers hate Scarlet and Violet. Scarlet. That was the last fucking launch party I ever went to. Will it be the last one? Hopefully not. I love going to those. GameStop, nighttime. Me, my buddy, my wife went up there, got McDonald's late at fucking night after work, took off work the next fucking day, got that game, played it. It's fucking awesome. Got to relive that shit. I got to do it with my wife, you know? About going late at night and getting the game, playing it till you too tired, then you go sleep, then you wake up and you play it all fucking day. That's the real shit. That's shit that means a lot to somebody, you know? Having these memories that you can build. It's not about what you have and all this other shit about what you can flex or whatever necessarily. It's about telling the stories about where you've been, what you've done, how much you loved it. You know, I don't want somebody to show me a picture of something that they've seen one time. I want them to paint the picture for me with words. I don't care where you went on vacation. Did you enjoy it? What happened to you? Did you have an experience there? Did you have spiritual awakening? Did something cool happen? I can go on Google Images, look up a picture of a fucking hill or a mountain or a fucking big tower anywhere, you know? Tell me your shit. Tell me how it impacted you. Something as small as McDonald's and fucking Pokemon can make a motherfucker. I mean, it's great. Side note as well, when my child was born, we took shifts holding her and taking care of her. I would stay up until daylight, and I got to take off work a while for this. And then she would take over daylight, I'd sleep, so on and so forth, back and forth. It's also dead of fucking winter, so we're having to haul firewood in the house, chuck it in the stove. I was, anyways. But Shantae, I went through all of those that's available on Switch. I believe they all are, because I've got them all. Anyways, I went through all of them during like this month. Like, Shantae is fucking goated. I love that shit. So, anyways, I guess that's enough on the Switch stories. What I'm going to talk about the PS4, I've been trying to get to Genshin. Finally went through fucking Genshin Impact last year. I mean, up until Natlan, I believe it was. Anyways, took me forever. Love that shit. Genshin, awesome. I'm all about that shit. Took me forever because I would not pay a penny. I'm free to play. Took me forever to get a team that was worth the fuck. Holy hell. PS5. Got that earlier this year. Quickly, the main things I've played on it. Started Baldur's Gate 3. I played it a couple nights. I can't stand it. That game sucks. I don't get that. See that moss just go across the camera? Played around with some little bit of other stuff. I mean, I've played Vampire Masquerade Blood Hunt, like, on it. Wait, I mean, it's all bots now, but, like, Vampire Masquerade is goated as fuck, too. I want to talk about that sometime, but main thing I played is Endless Zone Zero. Love that shit. Honestly, it's consumed my life so much, and I still enjoy it. That's what I'm going to do as soon as I get done making these fucking videos. But it consumes my life so fucking much, it's crazy. But, like, that's basically all I played in the past 6 months. I was able to get a pretty good team early on. Just grinding this shit out. So much content. So much free to play. I mean, you ain't got to have the best characters and the best team. Yeah, you can run off the free ones. I mean, it's a lot simpler, I feel like, than Genshin as far as, like, being easy for free to play players. But it's awesome. Chock full of waifus. Probably more than Genshin, I think. And it's just cool as fuck. So that's where I'm at now. Once I get this finished up, I'm late to the game, but I'm going to play Cyberpunk 2077. Finally. I'll end that on this. I was looking forward to Cyberpunk 2077 when the first trailer fucking dropped. Because I'm huge into vampire shit, cyberpunk shit. I always tell my wife that around the same time that we were getting together in high school, we've been together for fucking coming up on 10, 11 years. And I always tell her that I've been waiting for Cyberpunk 2077 to come out as long as I've been dating you. Of course, we're married now. But whenever it dropped, I had the big debacle. It's like, fuck. You know, of course, at that time, I didn't have anything to play it on. Didn't have the PS4. Didn't have no Xbox or anything, of course, and didn't have PC. So I was like, I'm just going to have to sit on it for a while, you know. Then came out, had that big debacle and stuff like that, and I just never got around to playing it. And it's like, now it's supposed to be like, you can play it, no problem, you know. You can talk to a couple guys about it and stuff. So yeah, it's easy. You can play it on console now. It's great. So gonna play it on PS5. So really looking forward to that. But anyways, love cyberpunk shit. Billy Idol's cyberpunk album. I love that. I read Neuromancer in detention whenever I was in there one time. And anyways, I love that shit. I love Ghost in the Shell. It's very cyberpunk as well. I got the collection manga, the 1 and the 1.5 or whatever it's called, and like the 2. I bought those at a old comic shop that isn't around anymore. I love that shit. Read that in detention as well. And I want to say, what's some others? It's been forever, honestly, because all cyberpunk stuff now is like Cyberpunk 2077 shit, which I know it's you know, tabletop and stuff before all this, which I love that shit. Oh yeah, Shadowrun on Genesis. I've got that. Like I say, I'll talk about that more in my retro game video. Because I'm just kind of, I know a lot of this was retro, but it wasn't retro at the time, really. It's my kind of coming up story on it all. But because the retro thing would take fucking forever. This is already 48 minutes. Oh my god, 49 minutes. But anyway, cyberpunk shit is awesome. I love that. I love the whole lore. I love the whole world about it. A lot of it was kind of a little bit more different than it is now. Like I say, it's all kind of the same. But I still love it, though. I love Cyberpunk 2077 shit. Edge Runners was awesome. I cried so fucking much. Moss just came down and touched my eyelash. But anyways, though, so I'm going to be playing that. And, oh yeah, also shout out Alita Battle Angel anime movie. Not the movie, but the anime movie. Watch that shit. It's cool. Back in the day, before that movie came out, which I remember hearing about. I still ain't played it yet though. Need to, or watched it. Need to at one point. Well, looks like dog's gonna get a little bit wild. Gonna go ahead and end it here. God damn, this video's long as fuck. Did not mean this. Yep, so I'm gonna try to start playing that coming up here. So super excited for that. It's been a long fucking time coming. So yeah, I don't know if I'll continue the video game stuff next time, so I can kind of go ahead and get all my shit out at once. I don't know, maybe tomorrow just be an update on stuff. I'm feeling a lot of positive energy in the air. There's a lot of weird shit happening, but there's a lot of things that are happening. If that makes sense. Um, Shit's coming together. You know, I really, Witches New Year's coming up. I really resonate with the changing in the cold weather season. It's what I like. Sitting by the wood stove. It gets dark early. Uh, just being toasty as fuck. Get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You've cut wood for however long, and get to snuggle up and fucking play some video games, listen to some music, watch some anime. It's great. So I look forward to that. There's going to be more advancements on the getting everything set up for the business tomorrow, which I feel like may be the case just based on the energy I'm feeling. We'll see. Not going to dwell on it too hard though. Or if that doesn't go out, going to get the AC unit out of the upstairs, out of the window, because I don't have AC up there. And try to put some firewood away. So either way, it's gonna be a getting shit done day. Because wood will kill a motherfucker. But get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Keeps you healthy. It's fun to do. Being out in the woods, smelling the cut wood. It's great. But anyways, take it easy if anybody sees this. And if not, then I've enjoyed talking to myself and doing my video diary, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So